What's up, guys? Back again with another weekly analysis. I know I am in on this on a Tuesday, but yeah, I had to attend a lot of work. There are going to be weeks where I do actually drop in my analysis on Tuesdays due to the fact that I do have other projects and work that I am doing besides trading. But nonetheless, we're going to be locked in. Um, There's been a lot of movement that I've been seeing right now. Actually, when we zoom in out onto the monthly, just to give you guys a really proper perspective on what you guys can see on DXY. DXY now currently has kind of broken this trend line. As you guys can see, we are seeing bearish momentum actually creep in within this channel. So my likely chances of seeing how this could actually come about is much more actually weaker dollar. So this could now be dropping much lower than we expected, because we did expect that we were going to maybe bounce off this support level and then push to the upside, but this bearish engulfing candlestick right here gave us clear confirmation that we are literally moving to the downside. So what I am going to be anticipating is maybe just a retest along this zone right here. So I'm just gonna highlight it quickly so that you guys can be able to see. Let's clone that. So the next level, this level is probably going to be a very crucial zone that we might possibly see a retest along this level, and then a straight drop moving all the way down to maybe 95.977. So this level right here. And yeah, things are looking very bearish, very weak for the dollar. So that's what I am anticipating for now. So I will be looking in for dollar weakness as well too, and also accompanying that, we're going to look at other symbols that we are regularly looking at on a daily. So now I did take in a buy position on NASDAQ, but I am going to just zoom out a little bit so that you guys can be able to see on what's really transpiring with NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, as we see it currently now, so I was expecting this candlestick on the monthly to actually turn bullish, but bearish. But it seems as if it's doing the exact opposite. But we'll have to wait and see, because there's also fundamentals that are coming in this week. So we're going to also have a look at that. But based on how I'm seeing how things are unfolding, we have only this week for months to end. So if this candlestick closes bullish, we are going to be pushing and creating all-time highs on the next candlestick. If this candlestick does close bearish, then we could possibly see a much more lower, lower discounted price for NASDAQ. So now zooming in onto weekly, as you guys can see, this level here was a really strong resistant level. As is, we are seeing this candlestick just fighting its way and just actually breaking through on the weekly. My assumptions is that we're going to actually kind of like break in through, but I am going to zoom in and just show you onto why I think that this candlestick could actually break off bullish. As you guys see, we did gap below. I think during the time last week, I was actually showing in the analysis that we gap below. We rejected this level, which was a very crucial zone. As you can see, this level was a highlighted zone where price came through, rejected, bounced bounced up, and then we saw a second rejection. We maybe just actually see also as well to the past. So there's resistance, kind of support, resistance, price dropped, then broke through. So this is kind of a very crucial zone that you also need to be aware of with Nasdaq. It seems as if there's a lot of high demand within this area right here as soon as price taps in within this range. So what I am currently expecting as is for price to actually break through and push to the upside and create all-time highs. If not, I am going to maybe be anticipating, because obviously this is actually kind of like moving a lot much more bullish. I'm just gonna take out this pressure here. So if you see, yeah, it's been kind of creating a higher high and higher low. So what I will, if it does come, that price does come and then drop down, my stop loss is within profit as we speak right now. So I won't get I won't be pressed as much, even if it does stop me out. I also manage my risk correctly with this trade. So what could possibly happen, I'm not saying that it could, is that maybe we might see a slight pullback coming straight back into the zone and tapping into this trend line right here, and then a push to the upside. So I wanna just see right now with my Elliott wave tool. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 right here. And then we can see a push to the upside. So we'll have to wait and see how things play about. This is also tricky. Nasdaq has been ranging, but when you can be able to kind of like map in your levels quite evenly and see how prices actually like moving, you can really get to see the bigger picture from a top-down analysis point of view and seeing the overall direction on what we could be expecting. So hopefully we can break above and then continue creating all-time highs with Nasdaq. But I guess we'll have to just wait and see on how that plays about, as is for Nasdaq. So yeah, now looking at US30. US30 has been moving quite decently. Structure has just been respecting structure wholeheartedly. So I'm just gonna zoom out. So yes, as you guys see on the monthlies, it's been extremely bullish. When we do zoom in onto the weekly, we are seeing kind of just a bit of a indecision candle on the weekly, and then this bullish candlestick that just had started for this week, this current week. So what I am anticipating is this for this candlestick to actually break much higher, break this high and create all-time highs as well too. If we do zoom in onto daily, as I always mention, is that this zone right here will be a very crucial zone for price to come and reject and test off of that zone. We just see a little bit of a spike in price coming through, reaching out for liquidity and then pushing straight to the upside. So, but this is a highly respected zone that we are witnessing currently now as we speak. So when I do zoom in onto the 4-hour, just let me push this out as is. I am kind of just seeing a bit of an inverse head and shoulders. If somebody might be able to see. But yeah, 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 yeah. And then this would have to just break above there. If we do see that play about, I will be waiting for maybe just like a slight pullback. Just a roughly slight pullback within, let's just see, Put a roughly slight pullback like around this level right here. So around maybe 50, yeah, around 50K right there. 50K slight pullback, come back. So we're gonna have this maybe around here. Um, and then continuation and drop, and price will push and continuously come and break higher. So we are not too far away from 50K. I think 50K is going to be the highlight, as is for US30. That inverse head and shoulders I am waiting on. So we'll just have to wait and see on how it does play about moving forward. So yeah, quite simple, quite easy, nothing too complicated. I think the easier you make your charts is it's easy and simple. You actually map out your levels and just make sure that you use your tools and indicators correctly, the better it is for you to actually just perfect your entries. Overall, it's easy, not easy. It's easy and not easy at the same time, but it's just based on timing. More in the sense for placing in your entries overall. But yeah, moving on to Bitcoin. So um, Bitcoin had, I'm just gonna zoom out into just so you can see it. So Bitcoin managed to kind of like reject and tap into this level. You just saw a little wick that just didn't necessarily tap into, but it rejected this level right here, which is 97,710. And then you saw this like really big spike on the weekly candlestick dropping down. So what I am currently seeing right now is that prices now kind of like bouncing off of the support level that I've been highlighting in the past few videos. And let's just zoom out onto, yeah, this could definitely drop much lower because already the wick has been formed here. So that body, the bearish body needs to kind of just actually be created. As soon as it breaks this bottom right here, we are definitely dropping much lower than expected for BTC. I think BTC, my overall direction analysis would be back to like maybe 75K. So yeah, just to zoom in onto the daily so that you guys can be able to see everything on a much more smaller time frame. We are seeing that 1, 2, 3 levels have kind of been respected around the zone here as is, and then a breakthrough, retest, so retest right here with this trend line, and then price continued actually dropping. So my assumptions and my predictions with BTC are playing out really well enough, I think, in terms of just respecting market structure overall. So obviously a retest around this level as well too. All the levels that I highlighted have really been tested. As is. It's just that it's just a matter of just seeing on how many candlesticks actually just like bounce off of that level. And you can be able to just really just map it out easy enough. But yeah, as we currently are seeing now when I do zoom in, this level here is being kind of like rejected in a way. So depending on how things play out, could possibly see a drop in Bitcoin either today or tomorrow. I'm not sure how much volume would be in that position of seeing Bitcoin drop extensively. But I did take a trade. I think this was on Friday, and I got like stopped out this week, right here. Literally stopped me out, and everything was playing exactly to T. I could literally see that the rejection was playing off well enough around this level, but I eventually got stopped out. But it is what it is. It does happen in the sense where you see a lot spike and you getting stopped out and price actually moves into the exact direction that you are predicting it to move into. So this part of the game. Just have to move forward as long as you control your risk and you manage your trades well enough, things will be fine. So I think that was the only trade that I took last week. But yeah, moving on to fundamentals. Now, fundamentals, as we see, Wednesday we have FOMC, big, um, big news release. Seems as if there are talks in no interest rate drop, so things are going to be staying the same as is. And then for Thursday, it's unemployment claims, and then Friday is a core PPI, and then more and PPI. So yeah, I think the only major one that I'll be actually kind of just looking forward to is Wednesday's one. So yeah, I think we did miss one symbol, which is gold. Did not show you gold. Let me show you guys how gold is moving. So gold has actually reached 5,000, guys. Gold has really pushed extensively. So looking at how things are, I mean, as is, I did mention that we could possibly maybe just close this gap and then shoot up, but we didn't. And then prices continue like pushing to the upside. So what I am going to kind of just like show within gold now is that the trend line that I mapped out has been respected highly. So I'm going to be placing in this inner trend line so that you guys can be able to see what to really expect was gold. So pushing straight up here, and there's also another level around here. So yeah, um, these inner trend lines are kind of just giving me overall based on kind of the direction um of gold. So what we could be anticipating right now is maybe a rejection on this trend line. If we do see a break of this trend line, then I'm going to be mapping in my zones just to make sure that I can be able to see which areas of rejection we could possibly maybe see it as sell coming back straight into this trend line right here. So just have to wait and see how things play about with gold. Gold has just been pushing higher. If I do maybe see a rejection around this level right here, then I might possibly enter, but it's at a really high level. I think five is like a range around like the 5,000 zone. So I want to just see how it really reacts off of that level, just to make sure that I can be able to take the trade well enough for continuation buy. If not, then this I'll be waiting for a break in this trend line and rejection around maybe 5,000. This area seems very interesting for me if I just map it out just doing a naked analysis on this level right here. So around 5,000. Let me change 5,000. So a breakthrough. And I think this level right here. And yeah. So those in between these two levels will kind of just really be this decisive moment in kind of making sure that um we could possibly drop much lower, but I'll need to get confirmation on this trend line right here. I really need to see if it does break this trend line, then I am going to possibly. So the outcome could be this. I'm not saying that it will happen, but you see a drop, yeah, retest, and then continuation drop there too. around that level, and then possibly maybe retest and then back to this zone right here. But with gold, based on how it is pushing, we can never be 100% sure. So yeah, I think I will be waiting out just seeing on how gold does play overall. If you do see a push much higher, then I'll probably enter, but I need to see a possible retest of this trend line and the rejection pushing it straight to the upside or a break coming down. So yeah. So yeah, as is, I did highlight the fundamentals just to keep you guys informed. Again, Instagram page, please do follow us on the Instagram page. I have been working very much so on actually growing also the TikTok account. It's moving and growing really well. I am liking how things are actually moving about with this account. Just posting in through a lot of the informative content that I need to be posting in through, and I'm getting really good engagement off of that, as you guys can be able to see. It's really, really building up like nicely, and the numbers are, are compounding. So yeah, please do follow us as well too on TikTok. If you like this video, please subscribe to our video, our channel, and yeah, we will see you, or I will see you on the next video next week. Take care.